Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, The Ivy's Grove, and today a little bit of news, a little bit of show and tell, and a VR, and a little bit of what I'm planning for a craft making thing. So, we will start out with a little bit of the news. I have an itch, excuse me. Why is it every time it's always an itch? So, yesterday, last week or 2 weeks ago was my 90 days at my new job. And I believe it was last week, and then yesterday at my job, the main boss, named Amber, she came up to me while I was doing my job. I was the only one there. Everybody else was doing. There's a certain job I had to do where I had to keep going until it was done. I mean, I could stop to take my 10, but I like to keep doing it till I'm done. And she came up to me. She's the main manager of the in the kitchen. I work for a I didn't say in the last video, but I'm just gonna say I work at a nursing independent living, but it's for like the rehab section, and I work at the food service. And uh, she's the main manager, and she came up to me. She said, "Kelly, how you doing?" I said, "Good." She goes, "Oh, great." She says, You've." She goes, "When you not right now, but when you get a minute, just come and see me." She goes, "Me and Natasha would like to talk to you." I said, "Okay." And she goes, "Don't worry, it's good. It's nothing bad. It's good." I'm like, "Okay, that's good to hear." And finished my job and stock up what I need to stock up before the next person had to take over. Before I go to my next job, what have you. But there was an in between. I think I went to talk to her definitely way before the half an hour break, which is fine. And she pretty much was telling me like there's a position, supervisor position that uh, she wants to know that if I'm interested in. She goes, we don't want to give it to just anybody. This is not just a position that we want just to fill up. Me and Natasha is you come in, you do your job. She goes, you're quiet. She goes, you do talk and kind of joke, but she's like, but you're not like buddy buddies. Um, I will say this personally, there are some um, chef shift supervisors that tend to be a little bit more buddy buddy buddy. Except for there's this one person that is doesn't do the buddy buddy, but tends to get kind of too. I don't want to say mean, not mean. She's kind of harsh in a way, but I think that's probably part of her personality. And even my main boss kind of says something like that. Just, I don't know, something on those lines. But no, she's like she goes, is that something She goes, have you done leadership? Do you have any leadership skills? I said no. Is this something that maybe you want to try to do? I said yeah. I'm at a point in my life. Yeah, I'm. I'm good. I'm good as in ready. And she goes, okay. She goes, so they're gonna obviously they're gonna have to train me. They're not gonna have to like throw me on there. My schedule is this week is already set up for this week and next week, and I think the following week. So after the third week, I'm probably gonna start. I think that's probably when I'm gonna uh, start training and start to transition. So yeah, so 90 days, and I'm getting an offer for a supervisor position. So, and I like the fact that she said we're not just doing it just to fill a position. We think you're a good candidate, and we're just not throwing it. We're just not filling enough just to fill up a position for somebody who may not have it. So, which is cool. So there's that. And then next thing is I have surprise, surprise. Some bottles that I have not shown on my last, I think second to last haul. They were in my desk drawer and I kind of forgot about them. So we will do that one. The first one I'm gonna show you is from Target. From this, I got this at Target. When you first walk in, some of us in the U.S., if you know what we all know what Target is. For the people who are outside of the U.S., whatever country after that, um, outside of us, we I'm sure you guys have heard of Walmart. Target is kind of similar, but a little bit more. I'd say just a little bit more price, but personally, clothes fit better than the Walmart. The last like 8 9 years, I think Walmart's clothes has been kind of so. Anyway, but there's a section in Target when you first walk in where it's like $1 up to $5. So I got these. They came in two in a pack for $2. So I got these four things for $4. Spray, whoop, spray bottles. One just flew out. Why the heck that flew out? Maybe I was probably didn't get screwed on. There we go. No, these are the clear. These are the two brown. And you can see with some of the light, like it's brown. Yeah, yeah. I thought these were cool. And just to get an idea of the size, this is the one from Target. So pretty big. So yeah. I will say this though, I don't mind bigger spray bottles because this one that I got from a metaphysical store. Um, Even a couple sprays, it runs out pretty quick. So be more of this. I'll be reusing this one. So once I'm done with this, because this was a store bought brand. So once this is done, it's glass. So once it's done, I'll be reusing this. And yeah, so those four I got at Target for $1 each. So they were a package of two for $2. The next two bottles, these two, are from an antique store. You know, one I'm going to show you, I just never saw it before, and I was just going to get the one, and then I was walking around, I saw this one, and I jumped on it because for a couple reasons. Yellow and I, the color yellow and I kind of don't have, we don't even have a relationship. It's kind of weird. When it comes to color magic, yellow is kind of weird. I have to work with yellow with other colors on top of certain herbs that I'm going to put on it. I can't, I can't do yellow even with the corresponding herbs that I'm going for that color. I have to add other colors to it. It's weird. It's a very strange, um, weird thing. That dish, if you guys go back, I did a new moon um, for this dish that I have. That's more like an amber. That's literally like an amber color. That's a slightly different. But again, it's orange. It's orange and yellow mix. So there's that. So this is a straight up yellow uh, bottle. And there's a leaf. And it's shaped like a pear. I think it's kind of neat. I just gotta get a cork. I do believe I have a small one that will fit this one perfectly. And if you notice, there's like a dent. So you get this. You can see it. There's this little bump there. I don't know why that's there, but okay. So yeah. So this will be great for because it's a fruit. It'd be good for like a summer type oil or powder type deal. So I'd be looking, and I might even look up the magical properties of peach, not peach. I'm sorry, pears. pears. Did I say peach earlier? If I said peach, oh my God. I don't know my fruit. Pear. This is shaped like a pear, not a freaking peach. Uh, so you know what it is? I have a little bottle that has it has a shape of a peach. So instead of a leaf, it had a peach. Maybe that's what I get confused of. Pear. So I want to look up the magical properties of pears and probably go from there. But make an oil or an overblend based on the magical properties of pears. There you go. This next one, I'm also just as stoked as the other ones. I had a nice little surprise with it when this had tape, just like a thing of tape just going around because it's one of those loose ones. Okay, I'm not a big pink girl, but I never really embraced pink. I started to embrace it a little bit, just enough to go, okay, you're cool, because of my daughter, my oldest, who's 16 now. When she was younger, she was into every shade of pink, which is fine. So this one, I am so stoked on this one because it's a cool little thing. You get this little, But yesterday, when I was untaping it and pulling it out, it's because I've had this one and this, as well as those spray bottles for like a month and a half. They were just in my drawer, so I haven't really like looked at them since yesterday. Till yesterday when I took them out to do this video. You ready? You're probably going, well, Kelly, why are you so excited? The second yesterday I pulled this out, first I was surprised of how long it was. Whatever perfume you could put in, you can make your own oil. You can take this and you can draw sigils on your neck, draw sigils on your wrist, on your hand, this hand. You can make magical sigils with the oil that you make, or your favorite perfume, or an oil that you purchase from other practitioners. You got the little wand. There you go. So yeah, nice little surprise when I pulled this out, and I knew the second I pulled it out like this, I went, "Oh, it's a little wand, and I could put sigils for the day." So there you go. So those are the bottles. Like I say, I'm a bottle whore. Next, I'm gonna do. I got myself a new deck. This deck is not new. It's been out for a while. I've been eyeing on it for a long time, and I finally decided, yep, I'm gonna get it. That's time. And this is from reading the book. I really like it. The little book. And there is walkthroughs and all that stuff. See if anybody can. I'm going to show you the backs for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to show the box. There might be some people who don't know. For the ones who can recognize this back, you might know what deck I bought. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I did have two of her decks. One was very short-lived. I rehomed it. And the other one I had for a long time. But like when we moved to Connecticut, after that, I just didn't use it as much. So I decided to rehome it. And I don't regret it. But this one will be staying till the day I die. So I will show you guys some of my favorites. Let me put the list. I pulled out some cards that are my favorite. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough. There are plenty of walkthroughs of this deck. So I'm just going to show you some of my favorites. Just put those. Actually, I put the favorites. Excuse me. Oh, hang on, no, I did it. Okay. So, sorry about that, guys. There's some cards I got mixed up in my favorites. Okay. Yeah, so this is New Moon, Beginnings, Perfect. The Hunter Moon, Abundance, very fall. I believe this is October. I believe the Hunter Moon is October, but it's also renamed as a Blood Moon. I think what I'm probably going to do is that I'm going to, because I also have this deck. And I think the moon is named differently. Each moons have like 5, 6 different names. Wolf Moon, Hunger. Snow Moon, Purity. Whining Gibeus 5, Resilience. This is very what's the tower god? I believe it's nine of wands. Very nine of wands here. Okay, these next two. Yeah. Waxing Gibeus 1, Discernment. So you got that young newness. And then you have the Whining Gibeus, which is Balance, which is an elderly. Whining Gibeus 1, Self-Reflection. This is great as a for dream work. A tool for dream work. You can probably do bits, of course you have the typical, when you wake up and you have a dream, what have you, you can shuffle the colors and try to figure out then. Or before you go to bed, just kind of do a pull one color thing. It's kind of like get a general idea of what dream, or you can shuffle, pull out a card, light a candle, and ask for, your guides, what do I need to focus on my dream walk, and then what I need to focus to manifest it here. And the next three is my favorite. These next three cards is what made me wanting the deck for a long time. It's this one, which is Waxing Crescent 1, Realization. So a person is walking through a keyhole. You have dusk and dawn. This one's very like dream, And then you got Dark Moon, the Void. One of the reasons why I was holding off getting this deck was it was only like when it comes to an Oracle deck that had to do with the moon. So I'm like, what, let me hold off. Let me see what else comes out there. I know the first Moonology deck came out. I actually gave that to my daughter. I know they have she has a second one that Yasmin did a second one that was based on the Zodiacs. Very intriguing to me. I don't know if I'm going to get that or not. I'm not sure. I did hear through the grapevine she's doing another one. And then, of course, I have this one. And like I said, I'm planning on taking these and trying to figure out, like, writing things down and what complements what, and see see if I can work these two together. I think, I don't see why not. So yeah, so that's my deck. Then and then my last, two things. Well, three actually. No, two. I'm gonna save this one some other time. This one, I've had these for a while, and I'm planning on doing a voting on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to figure out what beads to do it. I'm just do, you know, it's gonna be greens. I know that I have some greens beads, but I'm trying to figure out what shade I want to do. So I got, I got, I made part one while we were in Connecticut, and at our house we have a lot of we had a lot of flowers, all that stuff, and as well as ivy leaves. So I grabbed some ivy leaves. I got these things at Hobby Lobby in Connecticut. I took that small ivy leaves and some raisin, and I made my own ivy leaf earrings. So I have some greens beads that I'm trying to figure out which ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them, pick 5, have a vote. Depending on how the voting goes, if there's 2 or 3 that are kind of like neck to neck to tied, I might redo it for those 2 or 3 and see which ones. And what I'm planning on doing, which one wins, will be the bead for this one. So I'm not going to go opposite. This is going to be the bead. So there's that. So yeah, so they're going to be earrings. And it's just going to be one bead, nothing big, nothing big. They're pretty decent size. So yeah, just yeah. Then my last thing, me and a friend of mine, we went up to a town up in the mountain up here. We haven't gone. I haven't even gone to. I haven't even gone to. So, but there's this one witchy store that I've gone to a few times. We went in there and talked to her for a little bit, and afterwards, took off to the town that I've been wanting to go for a while. And I'm glad. The one downfall was there was a witchy store that was there, but it was closed because they were out of town. But they were leaving. They were gonna reopen this past. Was it this past Monday? I think it was this past Monday. Was it this past Monday? I can't remember. I think it was I think it was last Monday. They were opening, and our friend was leaving. So that morning, so I'm like, ah. So, but my husband and but there was also some stores that my husband would get a kick out of too. And I know of, there was one antique store that we came across that we went in. I bought something that I'm looking at right now, which I'll get to in a second. A friend of mine bought a couple things as well. We saw some crystals that were like very affordable to almost cheap, but not. Some of it's kind of a bit of a like borderline steal. So I'm just like, and yeah, these ain't fake, So it's good. Let me get up for a minute. Let me show you what I grabbed in that same antique store. So normally I would see this roughly, at like an antique store here in the Roanoke area, roughly about maybe $12, $15 maybe. okay, somewhere around there. But this particular antique store, and there was another one, but it was closed at 5. I think we got there at 5:15. Just like kind of like down the street from it, but we were looking at other shops that we, by the time we got to the other antique store, it was closed, which was a bit of a bummer. But I think because it's a smaller town, things were a little bit more cheaper than here in Roanoke in the city. But what I got was for $8. Like normally it would be 12, maybe 15, depending on, is this little guy. Not real little, it's a decent size. It's supposed to be a cosmetic, a box for cosmetics. Because you got the mirror. You got, okay, you got the 2 trays. And of course you got this in here. And you got the 2 tray. It goes in here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like you can use it. You can use it as a manifestation box. It's already made up. You can bless it, what have you. I'm in the middle of making my own. It's almost done. I still gotta make some other stuff on the clay, bake it, and then glue it on, and it'll be ready. But I'm thinking about putting some. Let's see. Take out something here. Okay. I just the other thing about what I show you actually fits it, so I might put it in there. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. But I'm thinking of putting like I could put 2 tarot cards in here. Some crystals, what have you. Some of my favorite stuff's in here, so I know what it is. So yeah. So there's that. And then the last thing, again in the same town, there was like other shops and stuff, and I'm already showing it. I used to have one that was like up to here. I can't seem to find it. It's gotta be somewhere. I think it's lost somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's in one of my chests. I don't know. But I had a hard time finding it, and I've been wanting one of these decent ones for a while. And this was $10. This is a candle inscribed. So if you want to write down some words on the candle, sigils, what have you, there you go. Because I've been using this. I just have to be careful because it's kind of more bendy, and something else I've been using for a while. So I'm glad I have this. And what I'm planning on doing is I have some crystals and beads. I'm planning on wire wrapping and maybe gluing on some beads that will empower while I'm inscribing my candles. And I've been using one of my books that I've been wanting to that I was been planning on looking and using this year, and it's this one. So yeah, so I wrote down a couple of crystals for this that I'll be wire wrapping for this for the element of air, because air is for any type of art, writing, painting, what have you. So it'll be perfect. And that's pretty much it. And that's my little thing. Oh. No, it's not. I got one more. One big more. That is a VR to from Echo the Saving Sorceress. She has her own channel. She did this thing where it's called Small Channel Magic. She does. She did one a couple months before. What she does is that it's in blue, so you're able to. It's like a VR. She actually said at the end, if you guys have other small channels, witchy, what have you, let me know in the comments. I'll make a video, what have you. I did something similar a couple months ago, and since then I have a couple new ones. Now there's one that I'm gonna repeat, which is fine. It's another repeat at 558. It's Abby the Witch. So she's a traditional folk witch who's also the left-hand path. She decided to be not too long ago. She decided to be more left-hand path. She just did She was a guest in another YouTube channel for a interview that I have not watched yet. That will be later on the week. Um, and she talks about witchcraft, nature, science, stuff in between. I really like her. I know she had quite of a pause on her channel for a while, and and it's and I'm glad she's slowly coming back. So I did a bit of a pause. Like I said, I have my brain kind of and I really like her. I like her personality. She's a beautiful redhead. Um, so yeah, go check her channel out. Check out her past stuff. I know she jumped into the. She did a video for Jasmine Abrosa, called the Seven Deadly Sins. She went back on that by coming back on the channel. She's doing that. So yeah, go check her out. The other person is she's at 843 subs. Her name is Joanna Paula. No, Paule, Polle. She is a artist and is an illustrator from Germany who is also a practiced Norse magic. She does updates of her shop. She does updates for her art in her witchy room tours. She is creating a pagan goddess oracle deck that I've seen a little bit of, and I am just like, oh my goodness, because I've there's some goddess oracle decks that's been coming up, and nothing has really jumped. There's one that kind of made me go, "Ooh, that's nice," but I still hold off. Um, like I said, I usually try to hold off on buying decks till I know that I want them, and I also want to wait, especially when it comes to oracle decks, because just when you think you found one, then another one comes and goes, oh, that one's more like me, and then you're stuck with a deck that you're not using because the one that you went, ooh, is overshadowing it. Hence why, I tend to hold off a little bit. I still don't know if I'm gonna purchase it because it is coming from Germany. I don't know how the shipping cost is gonna be. So we'll see. She has a bit of a ways to go. She's definitely taking her time, which is fine. I don't have that's yeah. Take her, take your time. You know, it is what it is. So, but I really enjoy her talks, and she doesn't post all the time, but she does the quality stuff. So there you go. Next one is I did not write down this person's how many subscribers. I know she is under 1,000 at least, probably under 900. Called Wild Witch. She talks about mythology, magic, ancient monuments, folklore, folktales, and so much more. She does from mistletoe, carnelian, even some other ones you don't hear about of magical properties of. So go check her out. I like it. She doesn't show her face as much. She tends to do she shows stuff and then she talks. She narrates. So, you know, as far as I've seen. So she's a new one. I just found her not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Her and Joanna Paula. I've Paul. I've seen they came about maybe about roughly 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, but because of my job, just trying to, you know, getting used to the swing of things and getting up in the morning and everything else, it kind of took up a bit of a back burner. So now that I'm past the 90 days and everything else, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking too much. The other one is the Witch of Rose and Golden at 533 subs. She is known as Veramoon. She's an occultist and she does readings. She does Q&As while she makes her potions. Um, she's done stuff like how to make a petition paper for spell work, how she cleanse and charge her magic tools and jewelry. And she does all this with this I don't give a fuck attitude. And that's one of the things I like about her. Her and another one that I'm about ready to get to really within seconds. Speaking of an I don't give an attitude or more of a dry humor. Is I Miss the Gray, Kristen. She is at 911 subs. She talks tarot. What's been going on during the seasons, and she's been doing this new thing called her pocket money challenge each month. That's really interesting. I she I just did a VR that she originally did, called For the Love of Borders. That was really really good. I'm surprised nobody has jumped on it yet. I think they should. Um, it was just tarot decks of her favorite tarot decks with borders. Um, we were seeing a thing of tarot decks that have no borders, which is great. But we're seeing people who just prefer non-borders, and I think there are some decks that have borders that are really really good. I thought her VR was great. I like it. I like her dry personality. Uh, I also have a dry personality, and then there's another YouTuber that I will talk about on another channel. Uh, she's also another dry personality type, and I think if the three of us ever get together, I don't know, people are gonna look at us like, what the fuck is wrong with these three people? So yeah, I will share the other one, and in the next, probably I'm hoping in the next, if not the next one, the next one after. So that I would like to share with in the very very near future. So that is Kristen for Mr. Gray. Um, yeah, she just does things a little. Her personality is different. She talks differently in a good way. Uh, a breath of fresh air in my take. With I think we need somebody like her in the tarot community. So there's that. And then last one, save the best for last. I cannot wait for this Sunday because she is going to be a guest at Wine and Witchcraft, and that is the Witch of Bees and Bones. Her name is Victoria, and I kind of recognized her by her third video, where I have seen her before, but I'm not gonna say because it's not my place. But by the third video, she said something about a friend of hers who is into tarot, and I just went, oh my god, I know who she is. I know where I saw Victoria from. Holy crap. And that's all I'm going to say. It's not my place to say it. She's not telling who, and I respect both these two people. Anyway, but the Witch of Bees and Bones, Victoria, she is going to be, shout out to her and Wine and Witchcraft. She is going to be she's going to be the guest this coming Sunday night. I'm so stoked on it. I'm so excited on. Her channel is about her left-hand path. She talks about divination, her personal practice as a forest witch, and working with bones, and her solitary practice consists of. What I also like about her is that she talks about some heavy stuff as well. Let's be honest, witchcraft isn't always light and fluffy. Sometimes it gets dirty and gross at times, and we need that. And that's what I like about her channel. And she's an elder. We need more elders, you know. So just saying, not all elders are. Sorry if elders are boring, but you know what? It's part of fucking life, and it's part of the fucking seasons. Too damn bad. Because you might learn a few things. So that's my little teeny little rant right there. Uh, anyway, that's all I have to say. I will see you guys next time. Until then, love you, blessings, and you guys have a good week.